Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of Creative Compass. I am Kim Balthazar. I'm an oil and cold wax abstract artist in northeastern Pennsylvania, and this is my weekly vlog to keep myself accountable for everything art related going on in my life, as well as setting an intention for the week ahead. So I had originally been doing these on Sundays, and that's why there's a gap for the last couple weeks. I tend not to be in town Sundays, or when I get back, I'm kind of running late, and I was stressing out trying to get these done. And I already have a pretty stressful life. So I gave myself the opportunity to revamp this, and I just shifted it to Mondays. So we are getting this out just a little bit late, but from here on out, the goal is to have it out on Mondays. So thank you for being here, and let's get started. All right, so May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I know if you follow me for a little bit of time now, I am not shy about letting people in on my struggle with my mental health. It's tons better. I am stable. I have put in a lot of work, and I am happy to say that I feel very good and confident, and I know what it's like to be in that dark place. And for anyone out there that is struggling, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I talk about this because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think everyone should be talking about their mental health. It's not good to think you can handle everything on your own. It's great to get an outside perspective on it. I am a big proponent of therapy. I've been in it for years, and it has made such a difference in my life. So I just want, if you haven't considered it before, maybe, give it a thought, give it a try, give it a whirl. I know in the US, mental health treatment options aren't always accessible, and it's so frustrating and sad. But there are other resources. There are a lot of hotlines out there. There are, if you're religious, I'm sure your priest or, rabbi, whoever your religious leader is, can also help you through a lot of this. All right, that being said, let's move on to this week's affirmation, which kind of ties into your mental health. It is, you are worthy of everything good in this life. Everything. You are worthy of accepting that you deserve blank. You deserve a good job. You deserve a peaceful place to live. You deserve a pet who loves you dearly. You deserve all of the things that life has to offer. And I know it's hard sometimes because we all get into that rut. We all get a little self-critical. We all have that self-doubt that creeps up. But let's just try and remember that we are deserving. And I think that is the goal for me to really have on the forefront of my mind for this week, that I am worthy of everything good in this life. Yeah, we're human. We make mistakes. Everybody has done some not great things in their lives, but you know what? You got to forgive yourself, hope other people forgive you, and move on. All right, so this week we're going to chat just a few minutes more about this before I go into my journal. But I just want to think about how worthiness fuels creativity. Because when you truly believe you're worthy of all the things I just said, of joy, of success, of recognition, which, all us artists want that, right? You stop creating from a place of lack or pressure, and instead your art becomes an expression of wholeness, freedom, authenticity, everything that makes people look at your art and go, wow, this is something that I can connect to, because they're seeing that piece of themselves in your art. And you don't have to prove yourself to create something meaningful. You just have to get at your desk, at your easel, wherever you're creating, at your computer, and just make art. Release that creativity, release that, focus on the intuition, and just make some art. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you're making. If you make something that comes from here, that is honest and authentic, people are going to see it. So give yourself a little grace on this. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. All right, we're going to also think about how mental health is part of the process, right? We are artists, and generally that comes with feeling super deeply about things. It gets us in trouble sometimes, but it is such a beautiful gift that we as artists possess. It also means that you need to prioritize your mental well-being. And I talked about this before. Creativity can't thrive when you're running on empty, or your mind is like in a million different shattered pieces everywhere. Taking care of your mind is part of the work. And it is work. It is not easy. It was pretty brutal for a long time as I went through the process of therapy and really getting to a point where I understood why certain things triggered me and I reacted in certain ways. And now, I'm not a kid. And I feel like these are things that I probably should have known back then, but you're never too late to do a little self-searching. You just got to be brave and put yourself out there and get down and dirty. You'll come out better for it. So therapy, rest, journaling, boundaries, which, we're still working on some of those, but they're all tools in your creative toolbox, and it's going to make your art better. And then last, I just want to talk about receiving is brave too, right? We hustle hard, but I'm not speaking alone when I say it's weird accepting sometimes. It's weird accepting love or support or even compliments. It took me a long time to really accept a compliment and not deflect and really take credit for some of these things that you should be taking credit for. But letting good things in without guilt is part of knowing your worth. You don't need to burn out to deserve ease or happiness. Allow yourself to receive with open arms. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, you'll feel very good when you can start accepting all of these gifts from other people. All right, and that's brave and it's growth. Okay, I rambled on a little bit. If you're still here, thank you for still being here. So let's get into what is going on in my art world. So I don't even know where I left off because it's been a couple weeks since I did a Creative Compass, but I can tell you what I'm going to attempt to do this week. And then next week we'll check in and see if I was able to do any of them. So my big thing this week and here's how my week is set up. I like to go Monday through Sunday. I start my week on a Monday. So my only critique about this journal, which is beautiful and I love it, is that their weeks start on Sunday. So I'm always kind of like scribbling. I move Sunday to the end. But anyway, minor things. All right, so this week, my main goal is to film the Creative Compass and to finish up my website. My website, I've been slacking on for a while now. I've had some pretty good reasons for not being able to get to it, but I'm going to get to it. It's really just my little paintings that I have to go back and get up. So my goal is to upload 10 little paintings a day for the next 5 days. And that should get us pretty close. But going into the site today, I didn't realize that they have formatting in like an Instagram, like square post kind of format. So it's square. And for my littles, I do have like the framed one, the photo of a framed one in a square, but then the other two are not in a square. So I have to go back and do like reformat 120 littles, 125 littles, and make all of them fit. So that's going to take a little bit of time. It's kind of annoying, but I want it, I'm a perfectionist. I want it to be perfect. I want it to look good, and I want all you guys to buy them. So I will be working on that this week. I have a dinner with a friend, and Gamblin is doing a live, like a live session this week. So that's on Thursday. I want to catch that. And I'm trying to catch up on my social media posts. I'm trying to post daily. I was doing great with it for a while, but I've gotten kind of off track with that. That is my goal for the week. And what's nice about it is I am going to be here this weekend. I'm not going to be traveling. I should have an open weekend that hopefully I can catch up on a lot of my art things. Oh, and I didn't tell you, I'm going to be painting at least 2 nights this week. That's the main, that's the whole reason we're here, right? So I have a couple paintings started over here. I have this one, this 36 by 36. I really want to get this one out of the way too. So I'm definitely working on at least one over there, maybe this one this weekend. I'm not sure, but I will let you guys know next week when I am back. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. Just remember, let this month be the month that you stop questioning your value and start owning it. And I don't know, if you'd like this little bit of rambling, drop a little love in the comments. What's one thing that you're proud of or grateful for today? All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. As always, your support means the world, and I appreciate you being here. Hope you stop back next week, and I will see you soon. Stay creative. Bye.